Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Rum and Regret Podcast. I am Andy Drake.
Johanna Myers.
Nate Tessie, and we drink and we know things.
It is Tuesday, May 13th. And, a lot's happened since we've last talked. We've had a couple more episodes of The Last of Us drop. But tonight we are going to go through the entirety of Season 7 of Black Mirror and give our thoughts sort of episode by episode. The great anthology series that comes in on Netflix, written by Charlie Brooker. But we are going to have our segments. Well, at least we're going to have the watch list and the Marvel Minute. Joe's Horror Corner will be overtaken by a gorilla and 100 men.
And we will see who wins.
Basically, everyone's worst nightmare, regardless of what sex you claim.
Right. Yeah. No, so this was, there was, I guess, a video dropped of a simulation of a gorilla fighting 100 men, and then people just ran with it. Is that?
I think that the chicken and an egg situation. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was just a thought experiment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a bunch of.
Who would win?
Yeah, I think Thought Experiment is giving it too much credit.
Right.
I think it was a bunch of alpha guys going like, I could fucking, probably Rogan's podcast or something. I could fucking kick the shit out of a gorilla.
Yeah.
I am trying to figure out where that got started.
Okay, yeah, because I saw the first I saw of it, it was an AI simulation of a gorilla taking on 100 men.
Subreddit, who would win in 2020? And the question went viral on 2022. Wow, we're way behind.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, it literally says Thought Experiment in Wikipedia.
Oh, no way. Point for Joe. Ding, ding.
In April 2025, the question would again go viral on Twitter, seeing water popularity after YouTube personality Mr. Beast posted a joke tweet asking for 100 male volunteers to take on the hypothetical challenge of fighting a gorilla. Okay, that makes so much more sense. It's such on brand for him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's funny. Okay.
Oh, shit.
But the best thing to come out of this for me was the simulation of Chuck Norris taking on 100 gorillas.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, in the battle simulator.
Yeah. Which, obviously...
Yeah, I was like, did they just run? Did
right,
the gorilla
yeah.
just run away from Chuck Norris?
Yeah. Well, we can post the video in our show notes. Yeah, Chuck Norris decimates the gorillas. It's pretty great.
As well he should.
Yeah, right. I want to see the first roundhouse kick the gorilla catches and rips his leg off. At
That's
the
right.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, cool. I can beat you to death with your own leg.
Right.
It's well defined. Good job building up that muscle.
Yeah. I mean, but if we had to seriously analyze this, I would. And I hate that I'm going to use a movie. Sort of a movie moment to say, well, if 100 men had to take on a gorilla.
Have you seen Congo?
Right. Yeah.
That isn't even a silverback.
But no, I equate it to the showdown with Thanos on that planet with Iron Man and Spider-Man and the Guardians there, where they're just trying to lock down hands and trying to get the glove off. But again,
funny. Yeah.
you take out the hands. Right? It's Starship Troopers. If you disable the hand, they cannot push the button.
They
right?
cannot push the button. Yeah, that's
so
funny.
if you disable the hand, the gorilla can't punch you. Therefore, you might be able to get a nut shot in there and take him down.
Yeah. And for me, the gorilla's obviously going to beat the hell out of a bunch of humans, but 100 humans could probably take down one gorilla. Just generally, they're going to outlast...
The AI video did not paint that picture.
No, really? They didn't World War Z it? Come on.
Right.
Okay, so I got to throw some stuff in the rig here.
Please.
So average male silverback gorilla is 400 to 600 pounds, right?
Okay.
They have enough grip strength to crush a skull for 1,200 pounds of PSI pressure.
Right.
They could do the same with their jaws. And they have 4 hands. Their feet are also hands with the same amount of strength.
Yeah.
And even if it's a mountain gorilla or a lowland gorilla, you're still getting foobarred. The main, what I loved about Josh Johnson, shout out to this hardest working comic in show business. If you guys haven't been following him, he puts out a new special every week.
Oh, no way.
It's fantastic stuff on YouTube. Yeah. But he does a great long form talk like on this, and I sent it to you guys. He's like, but gorilla. It's a gorilla. Like and it's funny because you really have to set you really need to set the terms of the battle, right? So are you in like their home jungle environment in which it's like Predator and you're fucked because you can't get a straight shot, right?
Yeah.
Or is it in an Arby's and you're also fucked because you can't get away?
Yeah.
Or is it like an open plains with 100 Green Berets or 100 jiu-jitsu guys?
Right.
Then maybe you have a chance, maybe. Yeah. But if it's like your typical, swath of America, let's say you get 2 people from every state.
Right.
Right. So you're gonna get a neckbeard and
you count Florida out. Those guys are worthless.
I mean from Oregon, you're getting like a pot grower and some kind of neckbeard Tabooly guy, right?
But you
still get some kind of you get the Wyoming, Montana motherfuckers that'll come in.
No, yeah, seriously, the Middle America will definitely
I don't
help.
care how many corn-fed white boys you have to fight a fucking gorilla. It's a gorilla. I am totally biting on Josh's stuff.
All right.
Now, I see the idea that maybe you could tire it out eventually. But in that case, what are you going to do to it? You don't have weapons. There aren't rocks. You have your fists and your teeth. You can't get through its hide.
You have to just outlast it.
Right.
No, you have to kill
one
it.
Human left standing? Does that count as win?
If it kills the gorilla, sure.
Yeah,
I guess you could kill some of the other men and fashion weapons from their bones.
Or you could be smart.
Then maybe you have a chance.
Be smart and outlast it. You don't have to fight it. You just have to run away from it.
Well, yeah, you don't have to be faster than all of the people, just 99 of them.
Yeah, right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
No, the gorilla has to be dead.
As long as one human's left alive.
Well, but the gorilla has to be dead.
To apply another quote from Starship Troopers here, in order to win. In order to beat the gorilla, we need to understand the gorilla. Yeah. So
we're going to probe it. We're going to capture the gorilla and probe it.
So, we get we killed Joe on that one. Sorry, Joe.
Spit take. You totally killed me.
But, but again, you need a plan, right? And if there's someone organizing the 100 men, there is, you do have I would think that there's a chance, right?
You're saying there's a chance.
Right. You get 20 on the right arm, you get 20 on the left arm, you lock it down, then you start to work on its body. And
it's one gorilla. It's a big-ass gorilla, but it's one gorilla.
Right. Yeah, the first guy gets his dick and balls ripped off in front of the rest of them. You think they're going to... These aren't going to be like all Purple Heart recipients, okay?
No, for sure, yeah.
I'm going to be in that group. Fuck that. My back hurts thinking about it.
You run away and one man's still standing.
Right?
No, because the gorilla will hunt me down eventually.
Right, yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, geez. All right, yeah. Let us know what your thoughts on the one gorilla versus 100 men, and how many more Starship Troopers quotes you can apply to this.
That's funny.
I need to know.
There's a couple good responses. Like Blizzard Entertainment announced a special live stream of Overwatch 2, where 100 soldiers would fight the gorilla character Winston.
Right. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, Team Gorilla over here.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, if we had to choose, I obviously Gorilla Joe.
Team Human.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. For the race.
Hold it down for the men.
That's right. That's right. Now, the 100 women versus the gorilla.
They would
never be dumb enough to attempt that.
Dang.
This would not be an issue.
It would not be a thing.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Shit to do.
Oh, man. All right. Yeah, definitely let us know what your thoughts on the 100 Men versus Gorilla. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
We
should put the Josh Johnson link in the show notes.
Oh, yeah.
That whole bit is fucking perfect. But Gorilla.
No, for sure. Send that to me and we'll we'll get it in there. All right. So let's move on to the Boom Boom Marvel Minute. I have some thoughts on something you'll probably bring up. So.
Wee, 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 wee. Wee, 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 wee. Can you tell I'm buying time with extended Marvel? I was on YouTube pulling the link. Yeah, so welcome to Marvel Minute. It's been a bit. A lot of stuff going on, but I'm not covering it all because, I don't have the patience for that. Spicy brain and all.
Yeah.
Let me get to my fucking show notes. Most recent to, I guess we'll kick it back a week or two. It looks like Captain America 4 Electric Boogaloo releases on Disney Plus this month, May 28th. So if you haven't seen Harrison Ford go big and red and scary, it'll be on Disney Plus and you can watch it. I recommend turning that music up to 11 because the soundtrack is great. And it's a fun watch. It's just, it'll be one of those things that I think I appreciate it more the second time because it's not no expectations at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But it'll probably get some pretty good numbers. It was fun. A lot of people missed it in the theater, which is kind of unfortunate because that would have been the way to see it.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? It looks like X-Men 97 has cast Neve Campbell to play Magneto's daughter in season 2 because it's set in the 90s and she's a huge star in the 90s, so it kind of makes sense.
I like it.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see how that comes down. I can't wait for more X-Men 97. That shit was liquid. Fucking OG, put it in my veins. Liquid nostalgia. Let's see what else we got going on here. Where is this? Historic Netflix superhero crossover. Oh yeah, so Daredevil Born Again season 1 wrapped while we were gone. Really good, amazing shit. They're already talking season 2 and about how the Defenders will be in season 2. They've already confirmed Jessica Jones for sure. That kind of leads me to believe the rest of them will be there. There's no way they just kind of piss away those characters, especially since the the Defenders season was actually pretty good on Netflix. So
no, that was good.
Side note, Addie and I just finished season 2 of Daredevil, and so we're going to go into like the Netflix Daredevil. And so there's probably 4 or 5 other shows in between the Defenders and that, but we're going to go right to the Defenders because she hasn't seen Jessica Jones or Luke Cage or any of that stuff.
Okay.
I don't particularly want to watch the spicy scenes with her, so she can watch that shit on her own time.
Right.
So we'll do the Defenders,
Solid.
and then we'll do season 3 of Daredevil. And if you haven't watched all of the Daredevil shit and the Punisher stuff specifically on Netflix, holy fuck, it's amazing TV.
Yeah.
Let's see. And yeah, I can't get enough of oh my god, my brain just completely blanked. Who plays the Punisher? It's like Thomas Jane.
John
Wrong.
Bernthal.
John Bernthal, thank you.
Yeah.
Was born to be the fucking Punisher. Like we saw that in Daredevil Born Again, but going back to the old stuff, it's better, really. Like it's so unleashed and off the chain.
Yeah.
In the Netflix version. So good shit. RDJ releases a Doomsday photo and hints at Doom's damaged face, and this has got the MCU nerds in a tizzy, as it were.
Right.
Because people are like, what if it's just dead Tony Stark's body from Endgame and they throw his soul into it? It's like, guys, come on. There's no nose in the picture. And that's from the comics. It's already fucked up, okay? I don't want him to be Doom, and hopefully he's just a token Doom. Hopefully he's just one of many or something, but they're paying him like $100 million for these 2 movies, so I don't see how that's a thing either. Marvel
fandom is at the infant stages of where Star Wars fandom is, in a way.
What do you mean?
It's the over sort of speculation as to like sort of what's happening and what's going on is there's a lot.
Yeah. They've been there for a while, man. Comic book nerds have always been worse.
No, it's true. It's very
Star
true.
Wars or Star
yeah.
Trek.
So anyway, that's all.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I just, man, I want Mads as Doom. That would have been so good. Or
but
Cavill
he was already the Doctor Strange villain.
Yeah, I know, but that doesn't stop them from doing shit like that, obviously.
No, that's true, but
yeah. Anyway, Yeah, we'll see what happens with it. Obviously I'm excited after seeing Thunderbolts, which was amazing. We'll talk about that in a second.
That's true. Yeah.
At least they're back on track with that one. Let's see. Marvel screws over Hawkeye. So apparently, Kate Bishop is going to be the main character of Hawkeye Season 2 because Marvel tried to cheapen out on our boy after he was injured and came back, and they tried to underpay him, pay him less than what he was made last time. Jeremy Renner.
Is half your salary from the first season underpaid, or is that just flat out insulting?
Well, yeah, obviously it's insulting. That's why he said "fuck you" and walked, or hobbled, or whatever he's doing.
Yeah, right.
Pardon, sorry, that was his poor form. No, we love you, Hawkeye. Hashtag Hawkeye lives. Hashtag Budapest. Yeah, which is bullshit because he's a part of it and he needs to be there. And they have all the fucking money in the world anyway, so stop being cheap bastards and just pay their people. Like, come on. I think, what else did I have here? Something about Disney upfronts coming up. There was a list here that was pretty cool. Disney upfront presentation happened today, actually. But I didn't get to watch it. There was a pretty cool list about what was happening. So yeah, Ironheart's releasing next month, so we've got that coming up soon. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is the next season, I guess, is coming up in a year, maybe 12 months, 14 months, something like that. What else do they have here? Percy Jackson Season 2, woohoo!
Ooh, I like that.
In December. Yeah, the first season was actually really fun.
Yeah.
It's going to focus on the Sea of Monsters book, which I haven't read these books. So, yes, we talked about Ironheart. Let's see what else. Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, and Wonder Man are all happening this year.
Right.
So that's going to be interesting to see how those work out. I'm most excited for Zombies because that's going to be fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
Next year, we're talking Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Jesus. Hope the mic's not picking that up. Somebody's taking a shower, and it's just like making tons of noise. Ahsoka Season 2 is filming. That's supposed to debut in 2026, so that'll be cool. Get some more Rosario Dawson and Ahsoka.
Yes.
And Thrawn, right? Because the whole thing is going to come together.
Right, yeah.
Because we just got Ezra coming back, so that's the reunion. I think that's all I've got on that topic. Andy, you said you had something you wanted to go through?
So we saw Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Which was really good.
Yeah, Thunderbolts, hashtag New Avengers, which Marvel decided to marketing spoil less than a week after release. What the fuck?
Well, I have a feeling that that it didn't do probably as well as they thought it was going to do opening weekend. That they wanted to sort of rebrand it in a way.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing I can think of, but that's still stupid.
Right. Yeah, because
Thunderbolts had been everywhere. And
I know, I get that, but they did play up the asterisk. Obviously, this was a planned sort of thing, but do you think? I mean. Was there? I don't know that the numbers sort of pointed to after this whole New Avengers thing came out that the box office did any better.
I mean, $32 million over the last weekend, and they led the domestic box office.
So the drop off wasn't as bad as like the Marvels or Brave New World.
Right.
Yeah. So But this is a better movie than both of those.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, Brave New World had 208 million worldwide, and Thunderbolts had 181.
Yeah, but usually there's a pretty big percentage drop off after the first week, and I remember Captain America: Brave New World had a big one.
Right. Well, then also the ticket prices keep going up.
Well, that's true.
They really need like a 1-to-1 just number of ticket sales. How about that? Well, and we'll just go with that.
And I forget who does this, but they do have a corrected. There is a corrected box office for inflation out there. So, and my cat's going after the mic.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So, is this the best Marvel movie ever made? Because that's what the trailers say.
No.
Or the
nobody's really
commercials
saying
say.
that.
But in
It's
recent,
amazing, though.
No, literally the commercials say this is like the best Marvel movie ever made.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's a tongue-in-cheek
yeah.
hyperbole, but
Well, so for me, in terms of, this is a really good movie. It deals with a lot of really great issues. Again, Florence Pugh is gold in this role.
Yeah, she's a lead.
She was but she was incredible in Hawkeye. She was incredible in
Black Widow and everything.
Yeah, but I don't know that the humor was necessarily there in Black Widow, but it was more prevalent in Hawkeye and here as well. Mm-hmm. While dealing with everything else, but just having their sort of version of the Suicide Squad, sort of come together in terms, and again, it was very well put together, and I love how the team form. Wyatt Russell's great as U.S. Agent as well. I think he's really good in that.
You'd love to hate him,
right? No, absolutely, yeah. So it was a really good movie. It was done really well. I do appreciate the setup of the new Avengers. So, Joe, since Marvel spoiled it, we'll spoil it here.
Don't worry about it.
No,
it's in a post-credit scene. And that's what pisses me off.
At the end of the movie, they dubbed the Thunderbolts the new Avengers, right? And then the post-credit scene deals with them 14 months later as the new Avengers.
In their outfits and everything.
Yeah, in their outfits, in the renovated
Watchtower.
Yeah. So anyway, the setup there for now these possibly 3 different teams of Captain America's Avengers, maybe the Young Avengers, if they ever get their crap together, right? Mm-hmm. Being in this mess, who knows? Anyway. But, as you said, Nate, a step in the right direction for Marvel with this movie.
Yeah, I mean, so Phase 5 ended pretty strong with Deadpool and Wolverine, and then Captain America was a step down, and then Thunderbolts. Yeah. But overall, in Phase 5, you've got Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, you've got Guardians 3, which was fantastic.
Was amazing.
The Marvels, which I really enjoyed, but it wasn't as good, obviously. Yeah. Then Deadpool and Wolverine, which is clearly the best of the bunch.
Right.
Then Captain America, Brave New World, which took another step kind of down and back for me, and then Thunderbolts.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not the best of this genre or this phase, but it's definitely in the top 2, 3.
Yeah.
I would say. And totally worth watching, and worth watching on the big screen because the scope is great.
Yeah.
It's like beyond, like, tonally it's very dark, which is it's supposed to be, but also like visually it's too dark.
Sure.
I saw it in like laser projected theater and it was still dark.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be, and I get it, but I wanted a little more contrast, especially on the Void. It's like, okay, we get it. Right. You're dark and scary, but you're literally just an outline floating in the sky. Can we get some definition? That'd be great. Who was it? Is it Boss? Oh, fuck, what's his name? He does all those amazing posters on Facebook.
Right. I forget who you're talking. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Oh my God, he did an amazing poster. He actually does work. He's so good as a designer. He does work now for these people.
Oh, nice.
And he did an amazing. Let me see if I can find it. Boss Logic. That's who it is.
Okay.
An artist on Facebook. Follow this guy. He's so fucking good. It's insane.
Yeah.
But he did a poster for this, or a treatment for his own version of The Void, which was so good. It was amazing because it was still dark and eerie, but it was based on tones of gray and used black as the background more than the foreground. And it was just really, really well done. His art is fucking fantastic. If you guys have a chance to check him out on Insta and Facebook, Boss Logic he's a badass.
Sure.
And he does everything like Spawn and fucking. He did a treatment of Sonic when, remember that whole Sonic thing first happened?
That's right.
Like, what the fuck is happening with Sonic? He's like, here's the way I may fix Sonic, and that's kind of what they ended up doing with them.
Right.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll see if I can find the image here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we loved it. Addie absolutely loved it, and
Xander loved it too.
And they deal with depression and a bunch of spicy brain stuff, and it's really like they did a great job with that. And again, like you said, Florence Pugh was a standout. David Harbour is fucking amazing. And Addie
yeah.
kept looking at me like, "That's you, Dad. That's
Right.
you, Dad." He's like cleaning up his apartment real quick, and there's shit everywhere. He's
Right.
got the beard and the bald head, and like eating
Yeah.
food off his belly. She's like, "Dad, that's you." It's like, I get it. Thanks.
So
if
are
we
you
don't
guys
end up
going to do the Red Guardian Yelena for Halloween?
Yeah, so that's what the plan was until The Last of Us happened this season.
Oh,
and now
sure.
she wants to do that stuff, so we'll see.
Okay.
It'll be one of those two.
You're going to be Undead Joel?
Well, the idea originally was I was going to 3D print a clicker face for him.
Oh, no way.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
All right.
because I already do the noise during the show, and it scares the
Yeah.
fuck out of Addie. It's amazing. Like, yeah,
Oh, gosh.
she hates it.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, we were talking about Thunderbolts. It was I loved it. I thought it was a great movie, super fun.
Yeah.
I really didn't like. Spoiler, obviously, I really didn't like that Taskmaster was in it for 2 seconds. Like, why even have her there if you're just going to cap her?
Yeah. Well, the more interesting thing was her inclusion in later spots in the trailers and imagery.
Yeah.
But
clearly they were cut. There was probably some kind of scene that they needed to cut for time or money or whatever. And
yeah, either digitally inserted to throw us off, or obviously there wasn't any janky sort of like dialogue. So like clearly she wasn't removed. I don't know.
it was just weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's Emergency Awesome does a really good breakdown.
Oh yeah,
that movie. He's got some good stuff.
Yes, he does.
What else? Yeah, I think just the relationship between Red Guardian and Yelena was pitch perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, in general, I really enjoyed it. I had a good time.
That's all you got?
That's all I got, man. Oh,
okay.
Wait. No, I lied.
All right.
There was a teaser trailer for Spider-Man Noir with Nick Cage that got released on the internet.
Yeah.
I can't fucking wait. I hope it's as good as it looks, because it's got like... oh, fuck. What's the name of the movie? The black and white with... from the 300 director.
Sin City?
Bruce Willis. Thank you.
Yes.
It's got some Sin City vibes. The directing angles are amazing. But it's Nick Cage with the spider guys.
Yeah.
He's doing all the Nick Cage things. Like, this town could use a hero. Well, I hope you find one. You know? Come on, man. Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah. That was fun to watch. Hopefully that gets an actual trailer soon, because I think that was just stolen from what happened today. I think that was part of the Disney upfronts. So, yeah, that's all I got, man.
Okay.
All right.
Let's move on to the watch list. This is short and sweet, so we can jump right into our Black Mirror review. I mentioned this movie last year when Jamie and I watched it. Not this movie, but there was a sequel to A Simple Favor called Another Simple Favor that came out on Amazon Prime. This is the Anna Kendrick, Blake Lively movie.
Yeah, the drama, as it were.
Right. Yeah. But these are fun watches. Because Blake Lively is like a sort of a socialite, in a way, and Anna Kendrick is this mom with a sort of like a video with a mom influencer, right? And she's trying to get around it, but then there's a murder that she ends up uncovering, and starts this true crime thing, and then it takes her on this whole path. Anyway, this obviously continues that story and moves it forward, and it was a fun watch. It was really good. So check it out if you get a chance. If you need something to do for 90 minutes, or 3 hours if you haven't watched the first. We'll move over to Netflix. Jamie and I are watching this great show that we are one episode away from finishing, called The Residents. I don't know if you guys have seen this or heard about this, but this is Uzo Aduba, who was in Orange is the New Black, and then Giancarlo Esposito, who has obviously been in The Mandalorian and was in Captain America: Brave New World. But this is about a murder at the White House that Uzo Aduba is a detective coming in. Very reminiscent of like Knives Out in a way of sort of how they play it. But it's great. Each of the episodes is named after a great murder movie or TV show. Knives Out is one of the names of the episodes. Dial M for Murder is another one. So there's really good references to, but a very strong comedy cast in there.
Called,
it's called The Residents.
Okay.
And Bronson Pinchot is in there. But so many people, such a great show, and it's a lot of fun to watch. And every episode sort of takes you down the rabbit hole of who could have possibly committed the murder in the White House. And they're hosting an Australian state dinner, so Kylie Minogue is there. She was the entertainment at the state dinner, and then Hugh Jackman is. They have somebody voicing Hugh Jackman. You never see his face, but he's at the dinner too. But it's not Hugh Jackman, obviously, unless they're gonna throw us at the end and it actually was him the whole time. I doubt that it was though. But anyway, so this is a lot of fun. Check it out if you can. 8 episodes on Netflix. Really, really well done. On Disney Plus, Andor season finale drops tonight. Correct, Nate?
No, that already happened.
Oh, season finale already happened last week?
Yeah, so it was a really strange release pattern, but I actually enjoyed it. It was 3 weeks of 3 episodes each.
Right. And
so you're basically getting mini movies.
Right, yeah.
Maximum movies, actually, because
each
is between 40 and an hour on their own.
And then each episode is the year before Rogue One, right? Is a year closer to Rogue One.
Each group of 3 is a year closer. So it starts out, well, let me back up. It's Battle of Yavin. So before BBY, right?
Right.
So Rogue One doesn't really butt up to that directly, but it that kind of does. Anyway, so it's
we're through episode 4 right now, so we're
so
I know we need
good.
to catch up. Yeah.
No, it's okay. It just gets better. Like it builds, everything builds on itself. Mm-hmm. Like the tension builds and the like what actually happens builds, and the oh my god, the finale, the last couple episodes are so fucking hard to watch. But it's peak fucking Star Wars. Not only peak Star Wars, it's also like a scathing review of what's happening in the world right now in real life. Oh my god, it's fucking chef's kiss. It's fucking it's so good. The writing is so good. I can't think of a better written Star Wars story outside of Clone Wars.
Okay.
Frankly, it's oh my god, it's so good. Do yourself a favor and watch it. I'm kind of at a loss for words. It's like Sinners blew my mind in the movies, and this just blew my mind on TV.
Right.
as far as where they go and what they do and how it all ties together. You know, they talk about, you know, like in A New Hope, they talk about, you know, many Bothans died to bring us this whatever, and that happens in Rogue One, so they already illuminated that. But this season, I mean, Andor in general, but this season specifically is about what happens, how the Empire is stomping on the populace and using their form of the media to like turn their genocide into a insurgents and terrorists are threatening the Empire and our way of life and that kind of thing. And it shows what the rebellion has to do, like the dirty shit they have to do to be able to not only survive, but actually field a resistance. And it's just breathtaking. I mean, visually, obviously it's Star Wars. It's amazing. Yeah. They spared no expense, but the writing and the acting, there's no blind spots in this. Everybody is 110% on their A game, and just
Tony Gilroy seems to have a really great grip of just this of genre, the story specifically that he crafted.
The world and the genre and everything, because it's, you know, it's like political intrigue meets, you know, sci-fi fantasy, but there isn't really, you're not dealing with the fantasy part of it. This is hard sci-fi, like Warhammer 40K style shit, where like you have resources, cool. We're gonna systematically remove you from the planet, kind of thing. So that's good stuff.
So we're slowly but surely catching up on Andor, and that's what you said is exactly what I've heard. So I'm anxious to get through the rest of it because I really want to see it. let's move over to Max. Obviously, the big thing on Max right now is The Last of Us, which we're rolling through season 2. I believe we have 2 more episodes.
Yeah, there's only 7.
7 episodes. So we are through episode 5 right now. Yeah. Our last podcast dealt with episode 3. So we are we'll quickly discuss episodes 4 and 5. The day 1 and day 2 in Seattle, essentially.
Yeah.
With I mean, Joe, what are your thoughts on The Last of Us?
Oh my god,
episodes 4 and 5 here.
So good and tear jerking.
Yeah,
like stop making me cry. God damn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the episode 4, Ellie with the guitar. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And just everybody needs somebody that looks at Ellie like Dina looks at her. Like,
Right.
Good freaking lord.
Yeah. I really loved in episode 4 Dina's reaction to when Ellie got bit, and they have that exchange where, because I had very easily forgotten that Ellie had no idea, or that Dina had no idea that Ellie was immune.
Yeah. And she reacted as she should have.
No.
Yeah, fucking terrified, right?
Yeah. And I love how
I'm
that
gonna kill my person because I have to.
Yeah. But no, I really enjoyed how that played out, because Ellie was like, yeah, watch me sleep with a gun. If I turn, shoot me, kill me, whatever,
Yep.
And just so well done.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've called my name for them is they're my tactical lesbians.
Well, I mean, to be
and
fair,
I love them so much, and please don't hurt my tactical lesbians.
Oh my
to be
goodness.
fair, only Dina is the tactical one.
Right. Yeah.
That was more of the hammer.
Yeah.
But I mean, every time she gets a map out,
Yeah. Right.
bienvenidos.
Yeah.
I can help it.
Right.
But yeah, to your point, I mean, if Bella Ramsey's going to win an award for episode 2, then Isabella Merced is going to win an award for episode 4.
Yeah.
Just the way she plays that reaction is pitch perfect. And
Oh yeah.
I mean, then everything that happens in that episode, it was
Oh yeah.
fantastic. Like,
The
I'm gonna be a
Scar
dad.
folks have a reason.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a reason to them, and when someone is holding a hot cast iron, and you just put your hand out, you're done. Like
Right.
that guy does
Well,
not give a
it's
fuck
cult.
anymore.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's interesting too.
That's the biggest fuck you I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, well, they're doing a good job of trying to make us feel for the Seraphites, and it's not until the next episode that we realize they're just as fucking bad. It's a fucking cult, and
Yeah.
and they've been going back and forth for a while. But we jumped the gun because episode 4 starts with Isaac Dixon.
Oh yeah.
Kind of, yes, who is a Fedra squad leader in their MRAP, basically going through a town and completely betraying everybody in there with one guy, like with the rookie, like, hey, come with me, throw some grenades in there. And now he's, 11 years later, cut to he's the leader, and that's when he's interrogating the Seraphite. Yeah, man. Great episode.
Yeah, so good. And then episode 5, day 2 in Seattle, where they're sort of figuring out how they're gonna get in, and how they're gonna find Abby, and this is Dina going full tactical here, figuring out where to go and what to do, and listening
Full Dora
to
the
the
Explorer,
Hashtag
triangulation
right.
on a map.
listening to the radio, getting their spots.
Let's ask the backpack if there's a protractor.
Right. But I do love that they call out the big building that nobody goes in, and they're like, okay, why doesn't anybody go in there?
Yeah,
Right.
and then they go there. It's
Right.
the dumbest thing ever. Like, guys, you literally just said it out loud.
Yeah.
Like, they don't go there for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's a blind spot. Like, no, maybe it's fucked.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert, it's fucked.
Yeah. That scene in that building, though, with what? So what did they call them? I forget.
Stalkers.
The stalkers. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
it's like, there's one of them. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to draw it away, and then you're going to, and whichever one, it just has to go after it, then the other one's going to stab it in the back. Okay, no gunfire. You know, Dina's like, you can't shoot everything like you always do, guns blazing.
Yeah.
Because they'll be on us. And then it's like 2.
Right.
You look back over, and then it's like 4.
Yeah.
And then they turn around and there's 5 behind them.
Right.
And they're like, holy fuck. And God.
Yeah.
And Ellie's basically like, I'm going to sacrifice myself and keep you alive at that point. She lies to Dina.
Right.
Because she's like, I can take bites. I'll be fine. You know, blah, 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 blah. Go lock yourself in that power closet and you'll be okay.
Yeah, because splitting the party always works.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, it goes way sideways too. Because
Yeah.
apparently the stalkers are strong as fuck. They're ripping up the grating off of the locked, area with the power cables, and then Ellie's just getting torn apart. Like, cool, you're immune to the cordyceps. You're not immune to getting ripped apart.
Right. Yeah.
So,
You're still a human being.
yeah. Good fucking Lord.
But then afterwards, after Jesse comes in and saves the day.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Which, of course, the dude has to come in and save the day.
I mean, it's
Stupid.
Right.
It was either him or we were hoping it was Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah. But then Ellie makes her way into, I forget how she get. Oh wait, so she gets separated from
the park happens first.
Right.
Yeah.
So they witness a Seraphite ritual.
Yeah, so Jesse saves them,
balls.
and they're like, what the fuck are you doing here? We came with Tommy, we're getting you out of here, we're going to meet up with Tommy, and we're going to get the fuck out of here. And she's like, no, we're not leaving.
Yeah.
And then they get pursued by the WLF, and then they go into a park, and it's another area. The soldiers are like, we don't enter the park.
Right.
Like, oh, fuck, what's happening in the park?
Yeah.
And then Dina gets shot in the leg with an arrow. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And then, go ahead. Yeah, we were talking about the
and that's
Seraphite
it.
ritual.
And so they witness the ritual. You see one of the WLF just get ritually
I had to cover.
dismembered.
I was like, close your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause with a sickle and everything, he puts it in him, and then he doesn't do the cutting. The guy pulls the rope around his neck and rips, disembowels him. Oh, and they showed it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Graphically. It was... Whew.
And then they realize to get the F out of there, but then you get the chase scene, which the whistles are it rivals the clicks from the clickers a little bit, because
these are the militarized Amish.
Yeah.
No guns, no radios, but...
Well, and this is the part where I was like, I want to play this game so bad.
Right.
Like, I
have it
watched
installed,
this as a game, like,
yeah.
this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so the group gets separated because of this, but Ellie finds her way into the hospital.
Yeah, she creates a diversion specifically to attract them away so that everyone else can get away, and then, go for it.
Right, and then runs into, I forget her name.
Nora,
that's right.
There's the moment with the German Shepherd.
Yes.
Where we're like, oh, fuck, she's so screwed. And, of course, there's a hole that they didn't cover or patch up in this zombie apocalypse world.
Right.
That leads into the hospital.
Yeah. And then they run into each other. They run all throughout the hospital. They get to the one place that was referenced in the beginning of the episode.
The quarantine basement.
The quarantine show where the spores are all out. Incredible visuals here with the spores taking over that ward.
The red lighting. Yeah.
And the people sort of Pirates of the Caribbean into the walls here.
Yeah.
So
the
good.
Cordyceps are using their bodies to breathe out the spores. It's literally, this is what happens in the first game.
Yeah.
That's why there was a bunch of kind of backlash about game 1, is because it wasn't just bites. There were spores everywhere.
Right.
That's how it was spreading.
Yeah.
It was already airborne. So now that they're working it into season 2, and the way that they explained it in the beginning, that this was the original hospital where they were bringing the original people where the outbreak started. And that's why it's so pervasive downstairs. And that's why they had to end up like that one squad leader had to sacrifice her son and all the people because her son was radioing on them saying it was like, it's in the air, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
And they like welded steel over the door kind of thing.
Yeah.
Brutal.
But and then you get a really great confrontation between Nora and Ellie of, Ellie asking where Abby is, Nora not giving it up and saying, hey, we're both screwed here, but then putting it together that Ellie is the immune girl. You do exist, which I loved. I thought it was great. Ellie's sort of this unicorn of the world in a way, right? And dude, yeah,
that ending where it's like, where is she? And like you see Joel, and it's like, hey, kiddo, and then they like do Pearl Jam.
Right.
I was
Dude,
like,
Addie
just crying.
Yeah, he was bawling when he showed up. But backing up real quick, though, Nora was like, do you realize what he did? Do you know what he did? And they literally threw it out there, and Ellie's like, I know.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know how that happened. I wonder if he told her.
Maybe, and
that's what
who
the
knows?
flashbacks
But
are gonna
yeah,
show.
that's what we're probably going to get.
Wasn't there like a thing about in the game? They had a conversation on the porch that didn't.
I don't
like
know.
it comes out later in the game. I might be spoiling something.
So the growing what they think the next episode is going to be is a flashback episode with Joel and Ellie, and we probably get her putting two and two together, or just Joel flat out telling her what.
Right. It's directed by Neil Druckmann too, so I'm excited.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. See what
Nice.
like. Let's get the creator to direct the thing.
Right.
That'd be great.
Yeah. But the behind the scenes on these episodes too are so good. It's such, you can tell how much they care about what they're doing and what they're filming, and it's really great. It really makes me want to watch Chernobyl now because I did not watch that.
No.
Oh,
And
it's so good.
This is the guy. Yeah, this is the guy that did Chernobyl. So
Chernobyl is awesome.
okay. Yeah. What else on The Last of Us before we move on to Black Mirror? Guys?
So the beginning of episode 5,
Okay.
I had a moment, a big moment. Of
Okay.
Just like, so you've got these two women talking to each other, and I'm like, I know both of them. And the first one is obviously it's Beverly from Hannibal. She's the Asian gal that's smoking a cigarette.
Oh yeah, and a lot of Eubanks or a lot of Eubach.
Yeah, fucking Naomi.
Right.
I saw her. I was
Waiting.
like, wash the fucking dishes or shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, it's Naomi from Waiting. I love her.
So a lot of Eubox plays a really sort of subdued wife in Ted, the series.
Oh,
she's,
shit.
She's the mother of the kid who has Ted, and she just plays like this perfect sort of like like Chicago, like oblivious sort of wife, right? And she's gold in whatever she's in. She really is. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. And, like, she was in episode 4 in the beginning, and I didn't click because, like, she's older, but in this one, it's, like, her younger self. She's got the dark hair, and I was like, that's who she is. Oh, my God.
Yeah. So good. So good.
So, yeah, I had to watch that scene, like, 4 times because I was like, wait, okay, now I have to actually listen to what they're saying and pay attention to what's going on.
Right.
And not just being like,
yeah,
it's Beverly and Naomi. And
Nate, final thought on episodes 4 and 5, Last of Us?
Yeah, I'm just glad that I didn't play the game past a certain point, and then I'm watching this with Addie. A lot of it's kind of a rough watch, especially when the girls get together, because wow, they went kind of all the way with that.
Yeah.
But it's really fun to see this show through her eyes as we're watching it, because she completely ships these two, and I really hope something doesn't happen to one of them, and I'm pretty sure somebody is going to die. And
do not hurt my tactical lesbians. I
gonna-
will burn it all down.
Pregnant. So my theory is that pregnant Dora is going to get bit, and there's going to be another immune baby born, and that's going to be Ellie's job to take care of it and figure out what's going to happen. So she becomes Joel, basically.
Oh,
that's
sure.
That's my thoughts without having played it. But, man, I don't know. I'm conflicted. I can't wait to play the game, mainly because from all I've read, you get to play as Abby as like a protagonist in the game.
Oh.
You don't know, they don't reveal who she is, what her connections are, who she's after until like 40 hours into the gameplay, like into the playthrough.
Wow.
Like it's a bomb that drops at the end, apparently.
Yeah.
So I can see why my friends who played the game and are kind of purists are kind of pissed off. Like, what the fuck are they doing? They literally just gave away the goat.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's 7 episodes. You kind of have to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much will be left uncovered for next season because obviously they can't wrap everything up in 2 episodes.
Right.
Hopefully we get more sooner than later.
Yeah.
I guess. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I love it. And getting to kind of go through this with Addie is fucking awesome. It's a major bonding thing. So
that's great.
We're enjoying
That's good.
it.
Yeah. All right. With that, let's move on to our review of Black Mirror season 7.
From insanity to more insanity.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
So we'll just go episode by episode.
Yeah.
And
who wants trauma? We got trauma.
Right. Yeah.
Right out the gate.
Right out of the
one.
gate. So yeah, episode 1, Common People, with Rashida Jones and Chris O'Dowd.
Yep.
Rashida suffers this massive brain injury, but thankfully there is a company called Rivermind, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Something like
Rivermind.
that.
Yeah, that can fix her by attaching something to her brain and basically storing her that section of the brain and what it does in the cloud, right?
Yep.
And
It becomes the worst parable for streaming services ever.
well, right, and so it's so funny. Well, and it's funny, but it's not funny how Black Mirror really does sort of mirror the sign of the times where,
Right.
hey, you subscribe to this great service, but we have this expanded service here, right?
Yeah, well, she's a teacher and she starts throwing out ads in the middle of her classroom.
Dude, when the ads
my God.
started,
Talking
That
to
was
the kid
so
about
bad.
Christ or whatever. Maybe you should
Oh,
seek
right.
religion. Oh God.
yeah, that
Like,
that
I already
reveal-
figured it was going to be the subscription thing, but then when the ad started, I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. First, when he traveled out of the coverage area, and she blacked
Strokes
out,
yeah.
right? But then, yeah, when the ads kicked in, holy crap! And then, yeah, he has to essentially go on
Do
that
OnlyFans.
right?
Oh
Yeah,
god. Which, wait a minute, because, like, welders should make good money, I think. Like,
Yeah, but
Right.
not the kind
Not-
of money they're asking for. So if you're
Right.
I
already
guess,
strapped
apparently.
in, yeah. It's only an extra $8,000 for the
on top of what
unlimited.
you're already paying,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Oh my god. But I did really, I did really appreciate that you could, with the plus version, fix your mood by scaling up with something on your phone.
Yeah, right.
Oh
Here's
my
your
God.
pleasure scaler. Like, oh my god.
Like, how much would
Seriously,
we
if
use that at work?
serotonin had
Right?
Oh, God.
Like, if we could use that at work, we would totally use that at work, I think.
just, yeah, let me just up my serotonin a little
Right.
bit. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, the underlying part of all of this was, this couple wanted a child right through this. And then the big big reveal at the end was, oh, pregnancy's
Pregnancy
extra.
isn't
Like,
covered.
ah!
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
Oh god.
But we've all, and that's the one thing that I just, this was one of those Black Mirror episodes where you're just like, oh God, like there's going to be no good ending to this episode. Everybody's going to be in a worse position where they started, and like, oh man.
I have a theory about the ending.
Okay.
So in the ending, you see the husband, like, he kind of euthanizes his wife after she
Oh yeah.
just goes ad crazy, and then walks into where he's broadcasting his, like, OnlyFans with a knife.
Yeah.
And there's the whole thing of just like, what did he do?
Yeah.
And, like, I have this theory, and I'm like, okay, obviously he's going in there to off himself. I'm like, oh man, he's going to just broadcast it. But I hope that he tells the story and incriminates both Rivermind and the Dumb Dummies site. Because they're both, like, taking advantage of desperate people.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
So I'm like, just take both of them out with one, just...
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? The Tracy Ellis Ross is the name of the Rivermind rep.
Uh-huh.
And that's Diana Ross's daughter.
No!
Yeah.
Seriously?
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Right?
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that's great. Dude. I don't know.
I know, right?
No, that
Connecting
was good.
generations from
That
across
was such a
the
great.
gap.
That was a great pull. Let's move on to episode 2. Bête Noire.
Yeah.
And this was the R&D girl at the chocolate company, right?
Yes.
That ends up an annoying friend shows up to a taste test, right, from high school or something like either high school or college.
Yeah, from
University.
It says schoolmate. Yeah.
Yeah, from university. And anyway, so she ends up getting hired as another research assistant, and that's when things start to slowly break down. Now, there was... so I heard that Black Mirror put out 2 versions of this episode.
Oh, really?
So one... Now, there's... So Verity was the friend's name who gets hired there.
Right.
And she has a reality-altering necklace, right? To where she just
being
needs...
a super genius programmer, basically. Can
Right.
alter reality with the thought.
And she just needs to press it and suggest something, and it automatically...
shifts dimensions or something like that, right? Into
Yeah.
a place that exists or something. I forget exactly how she
Right.
explained it.
So, Maria's boyfriend, Maria's the main character of this. Maria's boyfriend worked at a chicken place called Barney's. Well, for me, it was Barney's, but then she subtly changes it to Bernie's, right? The other episode where it started as Bernie's, but turns to Barney's.
Weird.
This
Fucking
is
love
what
Black Mirror.
This is why I love
so
Black
good.
Mirror too. And they do something later in the season 2 that we'll talk about too. But like these little things, these little details here, and somebody put both scenes together where she's discussing, where they're having this discussion at work of, no, it's always been Barney's with an A, right? And but they're having the discussion with both of the different versions of, no, it's always been Bernie's with an E. No, it's always been Barney's with an E. And it's just like, oh my God, Black Mirror is brilliant, right? But this gets I guess Verity was picked on in school by a lot of people, which is why she ended up programming this. And she's
super genius, or super evil genius, basically, to get revenge.
And
Don't
she's
pick
on her
the nerd kid, people.
No, exactly. Right. She's on her revenge tour right now. and slowly going through all of the people that made her life hell. And Maria ends up picking up on this when she tries to call a friend and say, oh, no, she passed away a couple days ago, right? And so things start to crack around Maria, obviously, with this reality-altering thing. And the end of this episode, I love. What happens in, like, the final... I don't know, like 5 minutes is so good.
Yep. Maria tracks down her house, basically tracks her to her home.
Yeah.
And is able to, they're like fighting over the necklace, basically at the end.
Yeah.
Like, you broke into my house. Verity grabs it. She's like, you broke into my house. You were distraught. The police showed up. Woo! Sirens outside.
Yeah.
And then finally she's able to get the necklace back. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Dude, it's so good. Yeah, and then I can use the necklace. And then, and then that final scene, Empress of the Universe,
right?
Yeah,
because what else?
Right
are you
out of
do?
Everything, everywhere, all at once. Like,
right?
It's so good. Yeah, that's true. That was our discussion. I made it political. Joe's like, why wouldn't you say Empress of the Universe?
Right?
Like,
Exactly.
I mean, I guess.
Right. What else? What did I miss from this episode, guys?
I mean, there's a lot of ins and outs, but overall, it's just great, and the revenge tour is fantastic.
Yes,
like the stuff that she does to dig in.
Oh, the almond milk
the victim, yeah, right.
Dude,
drinking the milk in front of her and then switching it over, like, oh, okay,
and then seeing the security tape, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, the security tape changes, yeah.
Gosh,
yeah, it's insane.
So good.
It's so Black Mirror. It's this. I mean, if you want to explain to somebody what Black Mirror is, show them this episode.
Oh, 100%.
Because it's not super gross. It's not super out there. This is like a poster child for Black Mirror, basically.
Right. Yeah.
And then you hook them in, and then they watch the one with the pig and the prime
right.
minister.
And then it's all over from there.
Yeah, you can't start with that one. You can't lead with the pig fucker.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Well, they led with common people, so
yeah, I mean, but that was sad. That was
yeah,
you know?
Right. No.
Speaking of sad,
yeah.
Episode 3.
Episode 3 is peak Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Hotel Reverie.
This is peak writing in general. Like not
100%.
just Black Mirror. I would watch a full length film.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you have Issa Rae, Awkwafina, Emma Corrin in this. Harriet Walker, and this is so it's funny. So there was a premise in the new Creepshow series where that's also an anthology sort of horror-ish series, right? Where Justin Long actually creates something like this where you can go in and be in an old movie, right? So I'm just like, man, they're fucking copying, right, Creepshow here, right? And obviously this goes in a completely different direction than that goes.
And it runs almost 80 minutes too, so it's like a mini movie. Basically.
Right. Mm-hmm. But we get this, this new technology of you can insert an actor into an old movie. They completely take over a part. And, this is, I mean, it's so hard to talk about this episode without actually, like, I know you guys have all seen it, but
you gotta
like you said, this is peak writing. Like, this is, it's, this is one that you just get lost in. And you watch it and you're just like, it's really, really good. So
my notes on this are this is this season's San Junipero.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Her address, Brandy Friday's address, is Junipero Drive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
I see you. I saw that.
And what an interesting way to see Emma Corrin again after we saw her as Charles Xavier's sister and Deadpool and Wolverine with the bald head. Like, that's what she looks like with hair? Oh, and she's not putting her fingers through people's faces? Okay.
You really need to watch A Murder at the End of the World on Hulu.
I've heard. That's fantastic.
That is incredible, Emma Corrin. And she is the main in that. She's incredible in there. Like, no,
what
this is...
service is that on? Murder at the End of the World?
On Hulu.
Hulu, okay.
Yeah. I want to say it's 6 episodes, so it's a quick watch.
Nice.
And it's just really, really good. But yeah, this is the whole Redream technology sequences where they insert her in. She gets stuck in because it's sort of playing out the drama with the computers breaking down.
Well, the tech guy knocks a coffee cup onto the server like a fucking dipshit. We literally talk about it earlier, like, okay, well, what would happen if someone went down? And then she gets stuck in there for years, basically.
Yeah.
On their time, because it's kind of like the Feywild in D&D, where their time passes super fast in the movie world versus the outside world. And, crazy. So they become lovers and they love each other. They literally have a whole relationship in the span of time they can get everything stood back up to pull her out. So
and then the save point reveal at that point is just so heartbreaking. Like, oh my gosh.
No.
Yeah. Your heartstrings get pulled every which way in this episode. But it really does end on a beautiful note.
Yeah, I like the fact that... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Nate.
Beautiful. You had a point. Make your point.
Sorry. I love the note that it ends on because she ends up having this relationship with Emma Corrin, which ends up getting reset. But then they give her Redream, ends up giving her the access to the phone during her screen test for Hotel Reverie, and she gets to talk to her again. And I don't cry a lot during TV shows, but man,
Yeah,
you guys.
For sure.
What was your point, Nate?
Oh, no, I'm trying to remember. So what was Emma Corrin's character in this? I'm trying to remember the name.
Dorothy Chambers?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I like how, so the overall technology aside, where they're looking to reboot this movie because the studio is going bankrupt and they decide to gender bend the main role from a leading man from old school Hollywood to a leading woman, to a black leading woman in the reboot. So there's obviously all of that on deck there and at risk. But then the way the technology like kind of evolves on its own, where Emma Corrin's character goes off script without any prompting and starts engaging and adding different lines of her own. Like it's literally branching out into its own AI at that point.
Yeah.
And then when things kind of break down, at one point she decides to literally break the fourth wall. And it's like putting her hand through the set almost into the void kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're just, it's really, really good sci-fi. And they don't miss details. It's fantastic. And I love everything that Awkwafina's in. Let me just throw that out there.
Yeah. She's so good.
Amazing and everything.
Yeah.
Like, if anybody wants like best supporting actor for the last 10 years, give it to her because everything she's been in is great. Like Crazy Rich Asians and Shang-Chi and Kung Fu Panda and Farewell and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I loved this episode. And I, like you were saying, I mean, that's not true. I cry a lot at TV, but I cried specifically several times in this episode, and especially like the
right.
Oh my god, they're never gonna be together. You're like, yeah,
right.
Times.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Oh yeah. Final notes on Hotel Reverie, Joe.
Just excellent. Well done,
it.
and a lot of crying, ugly crying.
Yeah.
I ship them so hard, and I'm so sad. Was the telephone a one use only thing, or was it could she call up her girl anytime?
in my head canon, no. I think it was all the time.
Okay,
but maybe it resets every time because she has to start from the beginning of the screen test every time.
Possibly.
Maybe who knows?
Yeah. Or they learned during that little mishap, and she's able to have
a relationship
constant,
over the phone.
Just to build a relationship with her.
Rebuild
Talk
the
about long
relationship with the
distance,
phone.
am I right? Sorry, Joe. I didn't step on
that
you
was
there.
good.
What were you saying, Joe? I didn't mean to.
It's she gets to rebuild the entire relationship over the phone.
Right.
Yeah. All right, let's move to the back half of Black Mirror season 7 with this next great cross-promotional element of. So the episode 4 is Plaything, starring Peter Capaldi, which most of you know him as Doctor Who. I forget, was he like the 12th Doctor? I forget.
Something like that.
Yeah, 12th Doctor.
12th Doctor, right?
No.
I forget.
Mom, which Doctor is he?
Right. Let us know. Cindy, can you please let us know in the comments? Or just call your daughter.
And give me shit
12th Doctor
for
number
not
12.
knowing this.
Hey!
Number 12. Good guess.
All right. So he is a video game reviewer that ends up getting... So this is also a
Sequel to Bandersnatch. Yeah.
Not sequel to Bandersnatch, but
it's a pseudo sequel to Bandersnatch.
I say in the Bandersnatch
adjacent
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Bandersnatch universe of yeah.
Will
so
Poulter and
we get a great
both in it.
Yeah, Will Poulter cameo, and
Colin Rittman.
Yeah. He's supposed to review. I forget what the video game house's name was again.
Ooh, good
Crap.
question.
Anyway,
Shoot.
so he's supposed to review a new game that Will Poulter character designs, and it's the Thronglets. I know it's on the tip of my tongue too, Joe.
I played the game like twice, and it's
right.
Tuckersoft.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, Tuckersoft. So yeah, Tuckersoft's new game, the Thronglets, where Will Poulter just gives this great sort of monologue of what they are and what they do, and it's just so he takes the video game home and steals it right, starts it up, and Joe, I think you had the best. It is their Tamagotchi, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did Tamagotchis multiply to an exponential degree? I don't remember that.
Not to an exponential degree, but they do multiply if you keep feeding them and cleaning up their poop.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So they start in.
Yeah.
And
I didn't take LSD when I played with my Tamagotchi, though.
Right.
So.
And then
Oh my God. Allegedly, Jesus Christ.
No, that's legit.
You're not... Okay, help me help you here. All right,
right.
No, I'm saying I did not take LSD.
Oh, you did not. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
I misheard that.
No, I did not take LSD when I played with my Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's something that unlocks, and that's when the exponential.
Yeah, he was
Right.
able to communicate with them while he was taking LSD. And fuck that friend. Oh
I
my
know.
God. Not even a friend. It's a drug dealer that came over and took over his crib. And then, of course, he leaves to get more parts to upgrade the system, and you come back and he's just systematically executing them with, like, fire and boulders, and, that was heartbreaking. I knew it was going to happen, too. I mean,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
God
Well, and
damn it.
anybody who's had a game get screwed knows that kind of rage.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, imagine your game where the people are actually real in it. And
Right.
some guy's, like, finger of godding your folks. Like, God damn it.
But the little sound that they make is again
Insert sound here.
right. Yeah. And then but this is all this all happens over sort of Capaldi's voiceover of sort of his sort of journey with these guys and this video game, because he's brought in under suspicion of murder, right? But we find out that it's all part of the plan to get the Thronglets into the system.
Right. That's amazing.
It's so
So
good.
I just need a pen. He's asking
Right.
for a pen and paper
I
like
just
the
need to
entire
draw
time.
something.
Oh. Capaldi plays the burnout sort of genius so great in this. He's so good. And then the companion part of this is that during the end credits there is a QR code that you can scan, and you can play your own version of the Thronglets game on your phone.
I've played it twice, and we're all still here, so
Yeah.
it's okay. Go ahead and play it.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. They're so cute.
Jamie and I lost about 45 minutes playing this and ended up having to hide Easter eggs at midnight because we took our time with this game.
Okay, so did you finish it?
No, I still haven't. I need to.
Oh, God. Okay, you gotta finish it.
Okay, I will finish it. Yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I love this episode. I think this is great. This is one of those sort of Black Mirror episodes where it's not necessarily too disturbing or too crazy. It's just, it's fun in a way, right? Obviously, there's murder. Obviously, there's AI sort of scariness, but it's just it's sort of a fun take on a video game that becomes a little too smart and wants to join with humans.
Is it necessarily a bad thing?
I don't know.
No, I mean, you lose all independent thought, but it's for the benefit of the throng.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Sorry. Yeah, you're getting Fortnite rage in the background here.
Nice.
So, what else on the throng list, guys? On Plaything? Nothing
else. Fantastic.
Let's move on to Eulogy, episode 5.
Yeah, look.
Another harsh one.
Dude.
Yeah.
First off, Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
So, this is a guy who gets let me just say, this is sort of side note on this. I love the technology of Black Mirror.
Yep. I was just about to say the same thing.
Okay. Speak on that, Nate. I've been talking a lot.
No, it's okay. So have I. I mean, every episode has its own specific flavor of cutting edge tech or next edge tech or bleeding edge, pushing the boundaries tech. And this one is no slouch. I mean, basically recreating somebody's memory from old photographs and AI rendering, and it's just out of control.
Yeah.
The reveal at the end, I mean, I think we all saw what the twist was going to be, but the reveal at the end where the rep is actually the deceased daughter was pretty huge. And, he finds a letter at the end of the show. It was like, I could have been with her my entire life, but instead I've been hating her this entire time because of what happened. And yeah, it's a fucking tearjerker. And this one hit me a lot harder than I thought it would.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, we all have our sort of lost loves, and every decision that we make takes us in a different direction. And the slow reveal of him finding sort of more and more pictures to go deeper into the memories of what she ended up meaning to him, and where he starts the episode versus where he finishes the episode.
Yep.
But yeah, and I love that they took the pictures literally at surface value. You can't turn around and see something that isn't in the photo. I thought, because you could easily just say, oh, we can extrapolate from, from the data there. No, you can't, right? We can't see her face yet. Mm-hmm. And I love that reveal slowly throughout this episode. Joe, what about you? Where did this episode hit you?
Communicate, people.
Right? Yeah.
Pretty much ow. You're going to spend your whole life being bitter and pissed off because you just didn't have a conversation or pick up a letter.
Telephone works, people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't leave it to just a random note in a hotel room.
Right.
Yeah.
The finding and reading of that note.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
hands were
crap.
shaking. And
holy crap.
Yeah.
Giamatti sells this so well.
Mm-hmm.
And but there again a lot. This episode was written by Charlie Brooker, obviously, and Ella Road, and man, it's so good. Yeah.
And to what you were saying, Andy, about the technology in this show.
Yeah.
The little
the little temple,
little temple thing that is kind of overarching through the season.
Right.
It's like, oh man, can we get that?
I know. Yeah. Turn it on. You get the sort of the cloudy eyes roll over, right? And then you're sort of jacked in.
Either you can go through memories or you get ported into a video game, which we'll get to later.
Yep. Yeah. let's go into infinity. Why not? Episode 6, the USS Callister, Into Infinity. This is a direct sequel to the season 4, episode 1, USS Callister, where quick recap. Jesse Plemons is this savant video game programmer, ends up putting a offline version of his game into his own room with the DNA of people that he works with, and ends up Captain Kirking his way into this.
Yeah, it's a little worse than Captain Kirk.
A little bit.
Like
a little
Captain Kirk with unlimited power corrupted by said power.
Right.
Like, making out with every female crew member at the end of every episode. Like, I had to go back and watch. So I watched this and then immediately went back and watched the original.
So
Kristen Milotti fucked the world. Like, she is
dude.
the best.
Yeah.
Like, if the Penguin didn't let you know. Woof.
So with Jamie and Black Mirror, I was very selective in what I showed her earlier.
Sure. No.
So, and for some reason, I did not show her this one.
Really?
The season 4, episode 1. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fucked, but yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we went back and watched this one first, and then directly watched this one, the new Into Infinity, afterwards. This continues where the last one went off, where they are now into the actual game. They're on the main server with everybody who's playing this game.
Yeah, they broke out of in his individual environment into the main server
right
at the end of the last movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And without being able to pay for in-game credits, they are looting the real people.
They're literally holding up the real people in game.
Yeah.
They can die in the game. The other people can't. They respawn, but they're grabbing their goodies.
Right. Yeah.
Like, is that blood? Holy shit.
Right. That start and that reveal of this episode was great. I didn't know where it was going to go or what it was going to do, but I love that this was where they took it. Jimmy Simpson plays such a good asshole in this, man. He's the partner of the video game firm, and man, he is just like the oblivious sort of like I'm just gonna be the good looks here.
Just whatever, make it happen,
right.
Like, yeah. I don't care how you do it, just do it.
Yeah. Anyway, the people in game are upset that these non-gamer tagged rogue group is going through killing them and looting all of their credits just so they can get to another part of the galaxy and get some needed rest or get out of trouble just so they can get out. During this, they have to figure out sort of the people in the real world are figuring out slowly who these people are, because a video comes back of one of the gamer girls who got looted, and they see their likenesses in there.
Right.
Yeah. And so they figure it out slowly, but then we get the backstory of how this video game came to be.
Right.
Which, again, is sort of peak Black Mirror.
Yeah, right. We thought we were going to find a benevolent creator at the middle of the universe, and it starts out that way, and then it goes real sideways real fast.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay. You're the same creep.
Yeah. I love that they brought Jesse Plemons back for this.
Yeah. Man, fucking that guy can act. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, he's always been good, but Jesus.
Oh,
between
yeah.
Civil War and this, like, ugh.
Right.
Ugh.
And to your point, Nate, dude, Kristen Milotti she's a treasure that we need to keep. Yeah. So, I love a couple beats in here that I'm going to bring out. The Jimmy Simpson trying to get into his own game. and he doesn't know how to do it. You're like, just put this on and say start game.
Right, exactly. You don't know how to play the game, of course you don't.
You woke me up at 4 a.m. for this?
The programmer who quit trying to walk the CEO through the fucking steps, like, oh god.
Right. Yeah. And then you get the other support guy, I forget his name, who is trying to help Jimmy Simpson like through the issue of him not being able to get into the game, and then everything else that happens. But yeah, we get that incredible reveal of he ended up cloning Jesse Plemons to build the game and to keep building the game. And I love that one point of him working on the landscape in the garage, the 3D rendered landscape, and then just sort of putting it in and just
creating the planets
being
on
content.
Floppy disks.
Right. Yeah. I did love that point at the end where it was save yourself or save the crew, right? And it was the red versus the blue, I think, right? Heavy Matrix vibes for sure. Yeah, and then the very end where they get saved, right? So, dude. So yeah, she's running out of the real world. Kristen Milotti is running out of the video game place.
Yep,
with evidence of tampering, and immediately gets hit by
a car.
Yeah,
put into a coma.
Right. And so, but then they show her video game self that this is what's going on, and so yeah, she needs to figure out how to get back, and Jesse Plemons is the only one that can do this, that can reinsert her into the real world, into her body, and that whole sequence of the world, because the world can't exist without the creator, and it's starting to implode on him.
And she kills him with the Star Trek weapon, like the ritual knife or
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the world implodes, but then the reveal is that the crew of the Callisters in her brain at the end of this.
Seeing through her eyes. Like, we want to watch Real Housewives.
Right.
Like, oh, God.
This is so good.
How do we get them out?
Do we get another USS Callister down the road?
I mean, I hope so, but I doubt it. It would be kind of hard to stretch that again.
I think so. Yeah.
Unless you're going to do like an inner space rip,
right.
kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I did watch the first one before watching this. And, like, that's a good, like, if you want to just sit down and watch a movie, just watch those two back to back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It is very Star Trek the Motion Picture and then Star Trek the Wrath of Khan, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I love this. I love Black Mirror. I think this season was, going back and looking at it now, I think this season was one of the stronger seasons to date. Joe, what do you think?
I agree.
Yeah.
There's no striking vipers, but...
Right. Yeah.
But no, yeah, this was overall a really great season, and
yeah,
a good amount of ebb and flow with like gut punches and fun.
Yeah, the ups and the downs I thought were well sort of spaced out and good, and I just think the quality of acting and the actors that they got for this season were I don't know. I don't know that anybody else would have sort of hit as hard in these roles. Like I couldn't imagine it, Mm-hmm. Nate, what did you think here? Are you, Nate went dark.
Just overall the, like you said, the tech throughout the whole thing is just really fun.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. So yeah, so let us know what you guys thought of this season of Black Mirror. Obviously, we really loved it. We enjoyed it. Nate, what were your sort of final thoughts on this season of Black Mirror? And
Yeah.
Just the quality of the episodes for this particular season.
Yeah, I mean, holy shit, this series delivers every single time. It's no wonder why it takes a little while for us to get new seasons in between, because they're just untouchable as far as sci-fi goes. I mean, I loved it. Watch it. It's make it a priority. You don't need to watch Yellow Jackets.
Right.
You don't need to.
hey now. You
don't need to watch Supernatural for the 19th time.
Hey,
watch
yes,
Black
you do.
Mirror.
Yes, you do. God damn it.
I'm
watching it right now.
Yeah. Side note: you should also go see Disturbed on their 25th anniversary tour of The Sickness, which appropriately named.
Right.
Now that Addie and I both have COVID. Her officially, me not so, but we got to go see them on
Not just a
Friday.
clever name for a tour.
Yeah, in Sacramento. He proposed to his girlfriend on stage, which
No
was
way.
fucking crazy. Yeah. It was a great show. Some weird song choices because they did this plus some hits. But overall, it was great.
Nice.
Long drive, but good stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I do have a quick play this
please.
section, too, if we have some time.
Give it to us, Nate.
Okay, play this, motherfucker. So two things real quick. So Helldivers 2 had a major update today that adds weapon customization and a bunch of new enemies, enemy types to the Illuminate. So yeah, I'm gonna go check it out later tonight because I got to be up late for a release.
Yeah.
So check it out. It looks fun as hell. A bunch of balancing and then a bunch of customization, I guess, for your good dude. But then the larger one is I got to play in the Dune Awakening closed beta over the weekend.
I was going to ask if anybody played.
Fuck, it's good.
Really?
Yeah, man. I think I put in like 25 hours in a couple days. I stayed up very late.
That's where you were.
Yeah.
You were on Arrakis.
Yeah, it's real good, man. The sandworm is I shouldn't say the sandworm. There are many sandworms. Apparently, the areas that we were able to explore in the beta are like the fingertip of this game, and people put in like 40 hours in the 3 or 4 days. It's amazing. It looks great. The vibes are there. The story is there. It's basically an alternate timeline where Jessica has the daughter instead of having a son, Paul Atreides. So it's basically the same time. It's the same structure, different timeline.
Okay.
So you've got the Landstrad and the Harkonnen versus the Atreides and control over Dune and that kind of thing, and you're basically woken up as a random sleeper who you get to choose, what planet you're from, what caste you're from, what starting class you want to be. So you can start out as a Bene Gesserit or a Mentat or a soldier or a swordsman or a planetologist, or
I can live out my Bene Gesserit dreams.
Yeah. There's skill tree, dude. So the Bene Gesserit literally has the voice powers in the game. So like you round a corner and there's a bad guy there, you literally have a power called compel, and he goes, "Come here," and the guy just blah, 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 and you stab him. The ranged combat is great. The melee combat, which I thought was janky as shit, is actually amazing because you find guys with shields and you have to literally hold the mouse button to do the slow attack to get through the shield. And so the combo of stunning him with the Bene Gesserit power and then just being able to walk up to him and then do the slow hit without having to worry about getting hit back. So it's visually perfect. Sonically perfect as far as the way the sound design is done in the music. And then there's also the tension of sandworms. Like you don't get the giant, Shahlut or whatever until you get to the deep desert, but there are smaller versions of the sandworm that have like trifold mouths kind of thing, giant tremor versions. And if you get eaten by the sandworm, you lose all the shit that you have on your character. So literally there's a huge risk about trying to get into different places across the open desert, and I can't say enough about it. It's fucking fantastic. I can't wait. It comes out in a month, so yeah,
awesome.
You'll know where to find me.
Yeah. That's great. So yeah, what did you guys think of Black Mirror season 7? Let us know in the comments. You can find us on Facebook at the Roman Regret Podcast. You can also find us on Instagram, Blue Sky, X. Any social platform, just do a search for Roman Regret Podcast. We are there. Joe, where can they find you?
At Joe Chickadee on the socials or at joechickadee.com.
Nate, where can they find you?
Yeah, Avid Gamer, AV1D Gamer on the socials and your gaming platforms of choice. I'll obviously be hell diving tonight, probably into the weekend, and then Dune soon, man. We could form a guild. Let's do this shit.
There you go. You can find me at Crazy Drake on Facebook and Andrew Drake on X. And until the next time, we have spoken.
You want me to bandage tit?
Because I am Empress of the Universe.
Rocky has a hole in the back?
Don't hurt my tactical lesbians. Please don't hurt my tactical lesbians.
They're not some obscene puppets like Sonic the Hedgehog.